Hey, it's Brian laid back with reviews you can use in picking my nose and everything else. And I'm orange, the background's white. I don't know, I'll do it this way, I'll close it. For that one dude who always complains. There you go. So we have Total War from RedCon1. Now this is I believe I have done a review of this several years ago. I moved twice, so who knows, you know, my shirt still looks kind of goofy. But this one, what piqued my interest was the flavor. So we have sour gummy bear, or gummy bear is what I probably should say, because that's the way I learned it many, many years ago. The particulars on this, I'm not going to try to read because I'm too old and too half blind, but I will say it's 14.7 grams. I'm going to try and give you, we got 1 gram of taurine, we've got arginine sulfate, caffeine, so the caffeine is 250 milligrams, the caffeine anhydrous, I think is what it is. Toby always walking around. Dogs don't make a sound until I hit that button. And it doesn't matter what camera I use. You know, my phone, my big camera, my small camera, don't matter. As soon as I'm sitting here. But they also know they'll get string cheese very shortly. So this one was pretty good. I was surprised by the flavor, right? This is a Walmart special. You know, this is where I got it. I think previously I got these at Meijer because I lived in another state and lived closer to Meijer. But here we have, it's a decent, this is kind of the empty container review, right? And I've gone back and forth as to what people respond to. But this one is very interesting because it was like, it's hard to describe because it wasn't a slump, okay? This got me good energy, okay? I will say that. But it seemed to dissipate fairly quickly. It's not like a drop off, like it's not like, you know, sugar high or something and down you go like craziness. But it was decent. And I don't remember how much I paid for this. Plus now every time I go to Walmart, these things are more expensive. It was on sale when I bought it. I remember that. But you know, pump and focus, I have good focus. And like I've said in these reviews many, many times, I never really get a pump. Now this one is 30 servings, I think. Yeah, 30 servings in this container. So this is 1 serving. Some will complain that it only has 1 gram of taurine, and I hear you. And I don't know. I've heard, if I'm not getting my ingredients mixed up, I believe, as I recall, I've heard somewhere between 2 and 6 grams is what you want. And that just seems insane. The caffeine with 250 was fine. It did have dicaffeine, something malate, I guess. 7 mil. Yeah, I don't know what that says, but that's 100 milligrams. It has green tea extract. I said I was going to try and read it, but I realized, well, then what am I doing here? And I could have sworn this was one I actually printed I was supposed to do this like a month ago. And I printed out the ingredients, and I don't know what I did with it. Well, most likely my wife moved it. But the ingredients, there you go. You can read them. Pause and zoom in. This one is one of those that to me is hard to say. It's like okay value, right? There are definitely some brands that are inexpensive that I'd say were worse than this, but there's definitely some more expensive brands that are better. I mean, obviously, but it's like if you need something and especially I would say in particular, if you're working out in the evening and you don't want to be up till midnight, this might be the thing you're looking for. In other words, there's just enough caffeine. Now, granted, I'm doing weights. I know it doesn't look like it, but I'm not, you know, running for 2 miles. I'm trying to get back into my 5x5 stuff. So deadlifts and squats and things like that. So for me, it was just enough energy, and I could feel it kind of slowly fade after about an hour. It just kind of, and maybe over the next couple hours, it just completely faded to nothing. So if you're working out at, say, after work or something, say at 7 o'clock or something, you know, 7 or 8, and you want to be in bed by 11 and you're over 40, this might, now every person's different, okay? So the way my body metabolizes this is going to differ, but this might be at least worth looking at. And if you are in that kind of a camp, maybe take a half dose at first and then over time increase it. But You know, it wasn't a huge energy bomb. Obviously, you get a little bit of tingle from the taurine and all that, but it was good. It's not great, but it was good. And if you just need a little something and you want it to kind of slowly fade away and not drop off a cliff, but also not keep you up till 3 a.m., take a look at RedCon Total War. It might be the pre-workout you need. It mixes decently. I always do these in a shaker. But I've also sometimes, I shouldn't say always, usually do them in a shaker, but sometimes it's just a glass and a spoon and it works okay. I remember putting a little extra water in it, rinsing out a little bit of the residue on the bottom, but you know, if there's amino acids and stuff like that in there, they don't mix in water. So you're going to have some of that. But, because as I recall, this was somewhere around $1.10, because I want to say it was like over 30 bucks including tax, so it was like $1.05, $1.10, which, you know, pre-workout's getting expensive. I mean, the good brands are almost up to $3 a serving now, and I mean the really good stuff that I can't afford because y'all don't share my videos enough. But there you go. So I would say it's a 7 out of 10. In particular, if you're looking for that little bit to get you through but not keep you up, maybe you're going to consider an 8 or 9 out of 10, but give it a try. See if you like it. But like I said, it's not one of these. It's not a 5-hour energy. It's like 2 hours. It's kind of like an hour peak, and then it just kind of slowly fades. And I didn't have any problem sleeping at night after taking this stuff, and I usually do with some of the more robust pre-workouts. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for clicking like, and I do thank you for sharing, even though I'm griping about it. Thank you and goodbye. Is this going to work? Can I be heard? Can I be heard? Can I be heard? See, I want to go this way, but I really want to go this way. What I really want to do is that. That is weird. When I get close, the orange goes away. See?